She's been on her own since 2013, when she and her sister Nyla were still known as Brick and Lace. So what happened? Nyanda gave ER her version of why they split.
Brick and Lace singing sister act from the early 2000s. Love is Wicked, their top track. Eldest sister Tasha moved to Canada, got married. The remaining members, Nyanda and Nyla, signing to Akon's label. But come 2013, Nyla and Nyanda each going solo. Nyla, along with Fuse, scoring Light It Up remix with Major Lazer.
I feel like a lot of the credit went to Major Lazer, as it should. At the time, DJs were getting most of the shine. The singer was just like an accessory on the side. It was like nobody even cared like who the singer was really, you know what I mean? You knew I was trouble when I walked in.
Nyanda dropping a dancehall remix of Taylor Swift's Trouble. Having charted different courses, one sister gives us the short version of her story. Why did the group have to break up?
I know, something's going great, like let's just break it. It's funny because I feel like nowadays, like a lot of people talk about anxiety and like it wasn't talked about back then. And I feel like Nyla and I were touring so much and there was a lot going on with the label and there was a lot of pressure, a lot of craziness, and we were just traveling so much. And I think we were both experiencing anxiety, and I think we took it out on each other.
Is it a case of some members were more committed than another member or other members?
Wow. That could be a part of it too. Everybody has to tell their truth. I would let Nyla tell her truth. But I do think ultimately, I feel like I loved Brick and Lace more and what we were doing and what we were about.
People made choices.
Yeah.
Has it left a taste of, a bitter taste anywhere along the line? Is there any bad vibes?
Yeah. I think there was. I think we had to learn how to be okay with, just like owning what we want individually. And you know what I mean? I think it's being able to say, you know what? I don't really love the spotlight, I don't really love music, and that's okay. Instead of having to like pretend. And I think so the bitter taste, it was definitely there, but I think now it's subsiding a lot. And it's just us bonding as sisters and as family.
The potential that was there, the promise that was there, something didn't quite come together. Why Brick and Lace as a group didn't make more of an impact?
Yeah. And I think that's an excellent question. And I think we have been kind of, at some points even maybe tormented with that question ourselves. When you're in a group setting, it's like one person can be enjoying it and the other person really not. And if the two people are not really like meshing and want this 100% both, it's difficult because one person wants something different, you know what I mean? And they're just kind of going along, but they're not really happy.
As a group and individually, Equatorial Africa a perennially loyal market.
Why Africa is a good question. I don't know why. Maybe it's because my name is Nyanda and like it's an African name. Like when I go to Uganda, they tell me my name is Africa, and when I go to Tanzania, they say my name is Tanzanian. I don't know why. They just really love Brick and Lace there. They really embrace us so much, and Nyanda as well. And it's just been, as an artist, you go where you're loved, you just get that energy, you know what I mean?
Of course, you had material that did resonate, but that big hit might have been missing. That big hit that might have solidified the group.
Well, it's always about that big hit. Like a big hit changes everything. And I mean, we're so fortunate to have Love is Wicked. And we had Love is Wicked like for years before it blew up. Because the original Love is Wicked was actually recorded with the three sisters. And the one that came out, we re-recorded it as two sisters. The label didn't want to put it out. And we were like, hey, we were so distraught because Sean had come out with his song, Get Busy. Wayne Wonder came out with his song. I think, what was the other? Lumidi. And a bunch of them came out and we weren't really pushed at that time. The label, they didn't believe in that song. And it was years after we were like, no, we really believe in this song. People were saying the Diwali is stale. So we, you know what I mean? And it was like, thank God. But like I said, Africa just really embraced it on a major level. And thank God, because I think that just kind of trickled over into all those countries in Europe where the Africans were. I don't even think it was the Europeans. It was the Africans. Brap, brap.
Do you individually and do Brick and Lace as a group have any regrets about choices made more from a business side?
Listen, guidance is very important. So I have to take responsibility because like I said before, me and Nyla were at our throats. So that's something I would change, that I think I would maybe understand now how to deal with things better and not like want to bite off my sister's head and she, you know what I mean? And I feel like that is one thing. I do feel like guidance is very important.
And you didn't have that manager?
I feel like we didn't quite have it, but I don't want to put all the blame on that because Nyla and I also were two strong heads. We're both fire signs. And so maybe even if we did have that manager, would we have listened? And there were times when we didn't too. So I have to take responsibility.
Ultimately, what was special about Brick and Lace? And ultimately, what continues to be special about you?
You know, I'm supposed to be modest, I'm supposed to be humble, and I am saying this with humility, but I do think I have that talent. You know what I mean? That music inside my belly, you know what I mean? And I think when Nyla and I come together and solo, you know what I mean? We make good music.
And the visuals always did help you?
Yes, give God thanks.
As you said, you still have that fire in your belly. You're still sort of caught up in the music. You enjoy it. You like being on the road. You like performing.
I do. Marcia Griffiths, you know, Brick and Lace used to actually sing background for her. And she has such a thriving career at her age still. Look how many women are out there doing it still, killing the game. You know what I mean? So why not?